move to our next agenda item, as we've only got about 25 minutes to complete 2 more presentations.
Okay. I can do 4 minutes. For the record, I'm David Adams from Nicholasville. Glad to be here. I'm also very glad to see what I perceive to be a very enhanced level of engagement among the legislators here of late with regard to the Affordable Care Act and the state's implementation thereof. We face a full-blown constitutional crisis with regard to our implementation of the Affordable Care Act, which, given the way that the law was written and the U.S. Supreme Court decision that followed that, there are 2 state choices existing with regard to implementing the law. We have the choice whether or not to create our own exchange. Now, we have laws in place defining how we go about making that decision. We did not follow those laws. Governor Beshear issued an executive order in 2012. It was not ratified by the General Assembly in 2013. As that statute requires, that executive order expired. On the day that it expired, Governor Beshear issued a second executive order creating the same thing with a slight twist, the slight twist being that he set up for the funding mechanism to be created for the exchange through the old high-risk pool. Now, it is incumbent upon the legislature to either ratify or let that expire in the 2014 General Assembly. That's up to you guys. If you do not ratify that second executive order, by law it goes away. Now, if Governor Beshear continues, as he has in the past, operating without a legal executive order in place and a legal reorganization process, then we've got a real problem. We have also problems with regard to the Medicaid expansion, which the United States Supreme Court gave us as an option as states. We have a process under state law to implement a Medicaid expansion through the administrative review process. Governor Beshear did not follow that process legally. Both of these matters are before the state courts right now. We're waiting for the Kentucky Supreme Court to have us in to hear these arguments out. But even if they don't, even if they don't resolve this for us, it comes back to you. In the 2014 budget, you're going to have to immediately provide funding for the health benefit exchange and a substantial amount of money for the Medicaid expansion, not just the medical expenses, but the administration of Medicaid. And I've somewhat misspoke. The medical expenses for Medicaid expansion per se do not apply in the first biennium. They certainly do in the second one. But in that first biennium, previously eligible Medicaid recipients who sign up under the mandate that they get coverage, those people are going to hit us like a ton of bricks in the next biennium that you guys are going to write up in the 2014 General Assembly. Governor Beshear has filed an out-of-order proposed regulation that increases Medicaid administration costs by 40%, not just in the current biennium, in the current fiscal year. That needs to be addressed. If it is not, again, this constitutional crisis we find ourselves in merely gets worse. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.